Hey, garden friends and family, it's Judy from A Girl in the Garden. I just wanted to thank those who have followed me and do follow me, and those who know me personally. The struggle I've been having the last month or so. I lost my father to a cancer battle. And down to the last minute, it was a fight. It was a true, genuine fight. He lost the battle at home. With my mom, my aunt, and me all in the room. And unfortunately, I was the one who noticed it and recognized it and told my mom that he was gone. Oddly enough, the hospice nurse was just there not even an hour and a half before, and I was talking to her and I said, what kind of timeline are we looking at? Where are we at? Because I had seen an incredible decrease in him within the last 24 hours. On Saturday, February 12th, he was no longer able to speak. And he was no longer really able to communicate except for squeeze of the hand. Dad, do you want something to drink? Squeeze my hand. Dad, I love you. Can you hear me? Squeeze my hand. Dad, do you love me? Squeeze my hand. And on Sunday, February 13th, 2022, Dad couldn't even communicate by the squeeze of his hand. And like I said previously, the hospice nurse was there. And I asked her what we were up against. And she said, 36 to 48 hours. And I said, I don't think we have 2 hours left in him. And she told me that I was overthinking the process. And that I need to be positive. My dad was gone at 11:51 on February 13th, 2022. Probably an hour and a half before that was that conversation with the nurse. I'm not mad at her by any means at all. I just know my dad. But the Wednesday before he passed, he was able to communicate, and he was able to talk, and he was able to laugh and joke and have fun to an extent. With that being said, Dad has helped me plan the last 4 or 5 years, I would say 5, when I really got into gardening and when I really had a bigger plot of land. And he really helped me, like, where to place things. He didn't physically do it. We just walked it through on paper and walked it through on phone calls. And we did it on that Wednesday. And I'll share with you guys the paper. I just can't do it right now. I can't even look at the paper, to be honest with you. And I've just been in this self-sulk mode. And had an epiphany. I had a dream last night, actually, and had my dad in it, had my grandma in it, who were avid gardeners. And, you know, basically they were like, stop crying. Why are you crying? Because I miss them. Horribly. Both of them. Grandma died in 2014. And then Dad just 2 weeks ago. Today, actually. And, anyway, to get to the point of this video, these tears that you see streaming down my face are no longer tears of sadness. They're going to be the tears. Whew. A little messy there, sorry. Real life people. These are now the tears that are going to help me sow my seeds. Those of you who have watched my previous videos know that I have already started sowing seeds, and I have repotted some things already. Today, I actually repotted most everything that I've already planted and sowed. So I'm excited about that. And I was able to do it just in memory of my dad, because I know he would not want me to cry. I know he would not want me to be sad. In fact, he'd want me to have the best garden I've ever had. And so the garden community that I have on Facebook, some people who have also had sorrow, heartache, and loss of family members. Recently, you know, we've had our little support community, I guess. And I decided to get some new plants, new seeds, and seeds that I probably would never have gotten before, but they're my dad's favorite. And I typically, as I've stated before, I typically just do vegetables. And this year my dad challenged me to do flowers. So I ordered more flower seeds. I got a plaque in memory of him. I'll show you guys when it comes in. And I think I'm going to do peach trees in my backyard. My dad had peach tree, a couple, and they were taken out by a horrible storm in Iowa a couple years ago, and he always talked about getting them replaced. So I'm getting them, and I'm putting them in my backyard. New ones, obviously, because my dad never got his replaced, and I'm in Chicagoland, and my dad lived in Iowa. Kind of hard to transplant tree, so I'm getting new ones. And then I decided my dad had blueberry and raspberry bushes, and I'm putting those in my backyard as well. So not only did my father challenge me to do more flowers, he's now igniting in me to want to do fruit. My dad was such a giver, a giver of life, a giver of God, a giver of love. And that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to continue to do. And I want to be the giver that my dad was, and that my grandmother was. So this video isn't to cry and to tell you what's going on or the heartache that I'm feeling, but to share with you and to encourage you that, you know, we all deal with sorrow and grief different ways. We all deal with chaos and crazy in our own ways. And my way has always been dig in, dig deep. And so I just want to thank my dad for encouraging me to expand my heart, expand my garden, not only and expand my knowledge to share with you guys. My dad was a man of very few words, but when he spoke truth, and that I appreciate so much. So I just wanted to leave with you guys today. We all have to deal with things our own way, and this is my way of dealing with it. So thank you for letting me shed tears. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate all of you. Till next time, thank you, garden friends and family.